My name is Cody Lawson, and I'm here to give you a presentation on the different categories of twisted pair cable. Does anybody know the different categories of twisted pair cable? Okay. We have category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4, 5, 5E, 6, 6E, and 7. Category 1, the max data rate is up to 1 megabyte per second. It was never a standard, and the main use was with doorbell wiring. Category 2, max data rate is 4 megabytes per second. It also was never a standard. Mainly used in IBM cable systems for token ring networks. Category 3 max data rate is 16 megabytes. It's used for voice applications like phone systems and stuff. Category 4 max data rate is 20 megabytes per second. Used in 16 megabyte per second token ring, otherwise not used much. Was only a standard briefly and never widely installed. Category 5 max data rate is 100 megahertz. No longer supported, replaced by 5E. It was mainly used with analog voice. Category 5E max data rate is 100 megahertz. It's Gigabyte Ethernet, offers better near-ear crosstalk than Category 5. I have a video on the comparison of Category 5E and Category 6.
And from our customer, Cat 5E, I got 6 cables.
Well, Cat 5 is the most basic. It was the first of those 3 standards that was reduced. It comes in 2 types. Solid, which is more rigid and more appropriate for long-distance cabling, and stranded, which is more flexible and more appropriate for patching situations. It has a capability of up to 100 megahertz, and it has a transition speed rated for either 10 megabits or 100 megabits per second over Ethernet. Cat 5e, where the E stands for enhanced, is a more enhanced version of the Cat 5 standard. It has basically replaced Cat 5 in all new installations. It can handle up to 1,000 megabits per second over Ethernet, and it's got some improvements that have reduced the near-end crosstalk and other types of interference that make it better performing than the Cat 5 standard. Finally, there's the Cat 6 standard, which has improvements such as a longitudinal separator that further reduces crosswalk and any types of interference. It can support up to a 10 gigabit Ethernet transmission speed and has that capability of 250 megahertz. It's also backward compatible with both Cat 5 and Cat 5e installations.
Okay, so why would anyone choose one over the other one?
Well, the main difference is really a trade-off between cost versus performance. You won't really find Cat 5 in any sort of new installation, so the choice is really between Cat 5e and Cat 6. Cat 5e will probably be the better choice in situations where performance is not as important due to its reduced cost compared to Cat 6. But in situations where you care more about getting the maximum possible speed, you probably want to choose Cat 6 cable.
Okay, so what is your recommendation for a new network or a home network?
Well, in the case of a home network, you may be best off going with the Cat 5e, where the speed and performance improvements in Cat 6 probably won't be as important, and you may be more concerned about the cost. For situations where you're dealing with business applications where performance might be more of a factor, I would suggest go ahead and going with the Cat 6 cabling for the induced performance for the cost.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for watching our video, and if you have any other question, you can.
Category 6 max data rate is 250 megahertz. Minimum cable for data centers in TIA 942, quickly replacing Category 5E. Category 6E max data rate is 500 megahertz. Support for 10 gigabyte Ethernet may be either shielded or unshielded minimum for data centers in ISO data center standard. Category 7 max data rate is 600 megahertz. Full motion video, teleradiology, government and manufacturing environments, fully shielded system using non-RJ45 connectors but backwards compatible with hybrid cords. I have a video on the speed of Category 7 cable. Ping is 4 milliseconds. The download speed is 116.77 megabytes per second. The upload speed is 97.3 megabytes per second. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.